Hey kids, welcome back to the channel. I'm Zach, not Kyle, or Zach for short, and today we're going to be discussing Kennen's interesting mistreatment in League of Legends. Now I can already hear the Red Robe Academy alumni screaming, Zach, of all the videos that you could be making right now, why are you discussing the Naruto running hooded midget? And to that I say, I was scrolling through Reddit because I was bored and saw T1 Zeus' stats and got curious as to how a purple raccoon Yordle child had a 62.04% win rate. And what I found is definitely signs of a bigger issue in the League of Legends player base, that being the pro play leaning meta, eventually leading me down a rabbit hole to make this video. So let's get into it. Let's go ahead and give a quick history lesson on Kennen as a champion. Kennen is a primarily top lane champion in League of Legends, currently priced at 4,800 Blue Essence. He was released on April 8th, 2010, and is a marksman mage champion. Kennen has damage and CC based kits with an AP priority damage system. He's never received a rework, although he did have his E ability changed. He has 8 skins and 2 of them have chromas. Now, to summarize this video, it's going to be split into 3 parts. The cosmetic issues, the gameplay issues, and the pro play meta overarching issues. With that said, let's start with the cosmetics. So let's quickly run down the first issue. This includes his model, skins, chromas, etc. Now, in my mistreatment of Rengar video, I spent a lot of time on Rengar's skins disparity, and not because I wish we could see more of his body, and I wanted to not focus on that as much since I think I was trying to over-justify it a bit, and it caused it to hinder the other parts of the video that I still stand by. I'm still going to mention it because content for a character in this game is important. But anyways, Kennen was in the dreaded 1000 Days Club for skins not once, but twice. Combined, that is a total of 2,724 days between the 2 instances. Then the base model for him. When it comes to the base model, it is
choices.
The eyes are so disturbing to look at. The face color palette does not help him at all. Kennen's head proportions are so wrong. Like, what are those head dimensions, Mary? His eyebrows make me uncomfy. The edges are a tad too sharp, even for Kennen. Overall, what the fuck, Barbara? Here's a redo that I did based off of his infernal face in the model and his base color palette. I accidentally made the lightning gay, but you know who you're watching, and I would be shocked if you thought anything less to happen on this channel than Rumble and Kennen getting into a long-term relationship, Linda. Bitch! Let's look at the chromas for his skins, or lack thereof. He has 2 skins with chromas. Kennen MD and Infernal are the skins in question. Here's the problem, Brenda. Kennen has 14 chromas across his entire skin line, and yet 9 of them are not regularly available. The Ruby Infernal Kennen chroma is only attainable via the bundle, and all of the Kennen MD chromas are limited. From all of these instances, it's clear that Kennen is not the best in terms of cosmetic options, but at least his gameplay is good. Well, what a great segue. Now let's discuss his gameplay issues. These include his item builds, role capabilities, abilities, stats, etc. Looking at his item builds, nothing really seems to work properly, and to understand this, we need to look at Kennen's role as a top laner. When you think of top laners, they usually have CC, like Teemo, Jackson, Cho'Gath. They might have regen, like Fiora, Camille, or Darius. They could also have a lot of health, like Cho'Gath, Garen, Gnar, or Darius. You could also be absolutely busted, like Urgot, Aatrox, and Nasus. Can you guess which one Kennen is? It's a trick question. Kennen is none of these. His kit makes him most similar to Gnar in the sense of having 2 functions. They vary in said functions though. Gnar is both a long-ranged mobile champion and a tank melee bully, whereas Kennen shares the first trait of being a long-ranged mobile champion, although mobile isn't always the right word. His secondary use is being an ability-based engage tool. These 2 things, unlike Gnar's, can't be distinguished because they operate in the same kit. Gnar's kit is flipped to have 2 uses. Kennen's E serves the engage purpose to set up his R or used as an escape tool, but escape is a generous word, while his Q and W are used to be a long-range bully. His passive blurs the line between the 2. Early on, Kennen has to use all of these abilities to proc his passive. This is a problem because in early games he can only work under a tower the entire time. Even if he leaves just outside the tower area, he is fucked by people with CC, lifesteal, regen, or a lot of health. After level 6, if you aren't 0-2 and 0, you might be okay to go for a kill, but oh wait, here comes the jungler and you're fucked because your passive can't proc in time to get you out of the engage you had to start to try to fix the lane. Oops, and now your team flames you. Double oops. Kennen's gameplay contradicts itself, but the items are not the greatest either. Horizon Focus is an absolute must on him. With it, Nashor's Tooth, Cosmic Drive, Demonic Embrace, Morellonomicon, Zanya's, Banshee's Veil, and Rylai's are the main item swaps, with Riftmaker, Rocket Belt, and Night Harvester as mythic options. These have no guarantee of success because the top laners you face cause you to need Omnivamp from Riftmaker and Grievous from Morello, with Cosmic Drive being necessary for health. You need Boots and Horizon Focus and Rylai's to be able to live to begin with, and whoops, you have a basic ass item build that can't be switched without massive issues to happen because Kennen on hit doesn't work anymore. When you listen to the list of items that I described, you'll realize I just described the items that are usually played on AP mid lane assassins like Akali and Katarina. That's definitely odd for a top laner to use, except for Akali, who isn't even primarily a top laner. The way to fix this is to give Kennen's passive a fix, his R an area to select instead of surrounding himself with it, and his E a longer range or have it replaced entirely. He could be a great long-range champion, but he has two uses that don't work together in the best way. His items are okay if he gets more health because of his wonky playstyle, so either or even both could be fixed to make a smooth shopping experience. Kennen's runes are pretty okay though. Summonary is an absolute queen and everything else works really well. I have also seen some Conqueror runes that have had some success. Finally, we need to talk about why this mistreatment is so prevalent. Now, the visual updates I do not have an answer for yet. In fact, I'm unsure what the process for Kennen's development was, since I can't find any sources from the developers of Kennen other than various concept designs. However, I do have an answer for the gameplay issues. This is because of pro play. When it comes to pro play, they have a meta that's completely different from the normal player-based meta. Their top meta in particular is quite interesting since Kennen, Jace, and Camille are usually their mains there. It's an interesting place to be sure. However, Riot tends to lean towards the pro play meta than the regular player base when figuring out buffs and nerfs for a patch. This can breed some interesting things to happen in the regular meta. For example, Akali is total trash right now in the normal meta, whereas in pro play, she's on top of the game. And don't worry, I am making a video on Akali's absolute roller coaster. Kennen has had this going for him right now, and it hinders him in low elos. His win rate is 58% as of February 9th, 2021, which means he's doing quite nicely up in pro play land. However, in the normal rankings, he has a lower success rate by about 8%, putting him at a flat 50 with one of the lowest popularity stats in the game right now. That puts him at a very average forgotten champion in the shadow of Shen, Akali, and the like. I think the best way to resolve this issue is to simply rely on Plat Plus more than the other areas of the community. They usually have their shit together for the most part, whereas the lower elos really don't, and pro play is way too small to determine how to operate characters for millions of players. Moral of the story, give the Yordles the love they deserve. Also, stan gay electricity Kennen. And with that said, that's going to be it for this video. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to become not Kyle. If your name is Kyle, that is illegal here. As you can tell from the name of my channel, you do have to get a new birth certificate. I don't make the rules, I just follow them. And with that, I will see you guys later. Bye, sis.
Fuck me in the closet, baby.